They are modern innovators in finding ways to improve quality and yield. In a program called Integrated Pest Management, our apple growers reduce the use of pesticides by using good bugs to eat the bad bugs. Simple as it sounds, it took a lot of scientific research and know-how to put into practice. This and other advanced approaches to pest management, along with the arid conditions of the desert and the cold winters, keep the pest population well in control. So much so that Washington apple growers are world leaders in the reduction of spray use and implementation of safe harvest and handling processes. Our fruit growers are not only dedicated to producing sweet, crunchy, delicious apples, we also follow stringent domestic and international food safety guidelines. That's why Washington apples can be trusted to always be bigger, sweeter, juicier, crispier, and as being as safe as possible. When the apples are ready for harvest, an army of pickers quickly move in to hand-pick the apples at their peak. Apples ripen quickly, so the pickers work long hours to get the fruit off the trees, gently placing them in bins so as not to bruise them. Each bin has a barcode that identifies the apple variety and where the apples were grown. As we follow the apples to market, traceability is an important step in the process. When the apple bins are set into the processing line, barcodes are again scanned to maintain tracking. The apples start by floating out of their bins into a gentle river of hydro-cooled water that keeps them cold and protects them from bruising.
Heated chlorinated water, and we're ready for cleaning and waxing. We bring the apples out of the water onto a roller conveyor. The intent here is to provide even spacing for the cleaning and waxing process. Next step is our spray bar, where we apply a food grade soap to get the apples nice and clean and free of orchard residue and any other debris that we may pick up from the orchard. Run the apples underneath a shear fan to dry the apples completely, so now that they're clean and dry, they're ready for wax application. Wax applicators have sensors on them to apply just the amount of wax for a shiny, marketable apple. After applying the wax, we run the apples through a 55-foot dryer to make sure that the wax is dried for the next process. This process here has 3 18-inch sorting tables where we hand sort the obvious blemishes and defects.
Where workers cull out the ones that aren't up to Washington standards. They then move through state-of-the-art fruit processing machines, where computer-controlled cameras and scales weigh, inspect, and separate them according to internal quality standards, color, size, and shape. They were grown, stored, packed, and the destination where they will be delivered. Again, just another of the many safeguards that set Washington apples above the rest. Raised on 175,000 acres of fertile land, harvesting billions of apples a year, yielding over half of the fresh apples consumed in the U.S., and 90% of all U.S. apple exports, enjoyed by millions of people around the world. Washington apples. No other apple comes close.